केवलं ज्ञानमुक्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। तं विद्या दुःख संयोग वियोगं योग संज्ञितम् सनिश्चयेन योक्तव्यो योगो निर्विण्ण चेतसा। The dukkha sanyoga viyoga is yoga. We have seen dukkha sanyoga is on account of erroneous identification with the embodiment. So taking the embodiment, gross, subtle or causal, all the three, this entire upadhi, which is anatma as atma, so that is the cause of dukkha sanyoga, the union with the sorrow. So separation from that is only in the wake of knowledge, by discovering that me is not this upadhi, my sarupa is like this. So that is what is the viyoga. So we have seen that is, that dukkha sanyoga viyoga is what is called, also called as bhranti jatadatmya, the identification with the body born of bhranti, the error, which is the consequence of the ignorance of oneself. So, and how can that be removed? See, to get rid of the bhranti jatadatmya or erroneous identification with the body, we have to get rid of ignorance. How can we get rid of ignorance? Ignorance, you see, what is the, where does ignorance abide? What is the ashraya for ignorance? Mind, antakarana. What is the ashraya for antakarana? What is the ashraya for avidya, ignorance, I was asking. But is it not that antakarana is the product of avidya? Maybe you can say avidya actually means operates at the level of antakarana, understand? At the level of mind, that is true. Means maybe actually antakarana, the mind, is the product of ignorance, but the actual handiwork of ignorance is cognized at the level of the antakarana. That is true. But avidya is the cause of antakarana also. That is, it should have somewhere else the basis. Where is it? Huh? Atma only, okay? Avidya is based in Atma. Avidya is Atma Ashraya. Avidya and Atma are very friendly. Atma is not opposed to ignorance, avidya. If Atma were opposed to ignorance, what would have happened? No problem at all. No problem of samsara. Just as at any time, can the darkness dare to be in the presence of light? Is it possible? Is it possible for the darkness to be in the presence of the light? Because both are opposed to each other. Like that, if avidya, ignorance, were opposed to Atma, it can never be in the presence of Atma. Okay, when Atma is not there, slowly avidya will come. When the sun sets, then what? Slowly darkness slowly comes. Okay, it will not slowly come, because it appears as though the sun is going slowly because diffused light, etc. That it appears as though the slowly darkness comes. But okay, in the absence of the light, darkness comes. Like that we can say yes, because this is ignorance is opposed to Atma. In the presence of Atma, there is no ignorance. But when Atma goes, what comes? Ignorance comes. Ever possible? Is it ever possible? Why not? Where will Atma or Atma go? Because it is Nitya. So, Nitya and Advaya. Sarvavyapi. There is no question of separation of Atma. So, there is no question of ignorance coming. No problem of samsara. Vidya, that means Atma is not opposed to ignorance. That's why avidya is Atma Shraya. And how can you get rid of that? It can go only in the wake of vritti jnana. So ignorance actually when it operates in terms of bondage, how does it operate? I am bound, aham baddhaha, because of identification with the embodiment. So this is the manifestation of ignorance which has to go by equal and opposite vritti jnana, aham mukta, not just repeating aham mukta. It's in terms of aparoksha jnana, so aham mukta, that vritti jnana alone can, aham mukta means based on the actual jnana of my real nature, what is me, in contrast to what is not me, the anatma. By that vritti jnana alone, the avidya can be destroyed. That is what is the destruction of the bhranti jatadatmya or dukkha sanyogasya viyogaha. Viyoga. That is separation from the union with the sorrow which is because of identity. Now, by knowledge, vritti jnana or aparoksha jnana of oneself, the bhranti jatadatmya will go, but karmaja tadatmya and sahaja tadatmya will not be destroyed by jnana. Jnana can destroy only ajnana, ignorance, but not these upadhi or anything as such, because these are in the realm of Ishvara Srishti. So, karmaja tadatmya, sahaja tadatmya will be there until the prarabdha gets exhausted. Prarabdha of the jnani gets exhausted, they will be there. When the prarabdha is over, there is no momentum for the future embodiment, there is no momentum for the future birth, there is no question of taking any other rebirth, therefore there is here only muktaha, afterwards again there is no embodiment, it is muktaha only. So, therefore, this is what is dukkha sanyoga viyogam, yoga sound dukkha, that yoga means in the opposite manner in the sense. Actually, it appears to be Vyoga only, but it is called as yoga. Now here, and that should be known. So, samvidyat. So that dukkha sanyoga viyoga, which is called as yoga, one should know. In this context, Lord Krishna wants to give some tip, useful tip for the sadhana about this yoga. Says, one should take to this yoga with a mind which is not given to despair or disgust, or without any indifference toward this, with all enthusiasm, one should put forth effort to accomplish this yoga. That is what it says. One should, that will be that useful tip for this. Saha means that saha yoga. Saha yoga. That yoga which was described hitherto, that yoga. Nishchayena. Nishchayena means adhyavasayena. Adhyavasayena here is with firm resolve. This adhyavasaya is not ascertainment of Atma, etc. is already taken care of. So, now here we are talking of vididhyasana. So, therefore, with firm resolve, adhyavasayena, also anirvinna chetasa, by a mind which is anirvinna. Anirvinna chetasa means nirveda rahitena chittena. A mind which is free from nirveda. Nirveda can be despair, disgust, or indifference. Without any indifference or despair or disgust, so, or even looking down as something, oh, this yoga is impossible to accomplish. So, no, such a thing should not be there. So, anirvinna chetasa. So, such a mind, yoktavyaha means anushtheyaha. One should necessarily take to that. One should not get discouraged because Lord Krishna also knows there will be certainly some pratibandhaka. Some obstructions are going to be there, but one should not get despaired on that account. One should not get disgusted and leave the effort. It should be taken to without any despair. Okay. Now, this whatever that was told, as about the Brahmanda as told by Lord Krishna, that is now being that is concluded by the author. Means he gives a stanza which concludes the topic. Yunjannevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmashaha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukhamashnute evam sada atmanam yunjan evam sada atmanam yunjan vigata kalmashaha yogi brahma samsparsham atyantam sukham sukhena ashnute. Also you can say yogi sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukham ashnute. Sukhena is the adverb. Evam means yathoktena prakarena, as told so far. That is yatro paramate, even earlier shanai, all this was told in that manner. As it is to be taken to, as this yoga has to be taken to, in this manner. Even sada atmanam yunjan, always, or you can take also evam yogi vigata kalmashaha yogi sada atmanam yunjan. Also you can take that evam vigata kalmashaha yogi sada atmanam yunjan. This person, who is this? Yogi, dhyayi, one who takes to vididhyasana. And what is his nature now? He is vigata kalmashaha, the one who is free from all kalmashas, all papas. Vigata kalmashaha means vigata papaha. What is that papa? Of course, free from both papa punya. Also, the obstructions. Means here he is taking to this yoga, and in course of time the obstructions also he has overcome by abhyasa, repeated practice. So that way, that's why I say such a person who is free from kalmasha papa means yogantaraya varjitaha. Antaraya means vignas, obstruction. So one who is devoid of or free from the obstructions in the path of the taking to this yoga. Means obstruction can be raga, dveshas, or certain other obstructions also, including lack of antakarana shuddhi, lack of chitta naishchalya. They will all keep out afterwards. So earlier, maybe because the teacher was so smart that he arrested the attention of the student and somehow pushed it. Yes, it was true. But afterwards, what happened? Like that example of carrying the burning charcoal cinders on the Times of India folded in 4 folds. You know that? You don't know? One brahmachari, not bachelor, not brahmachari. Brahmachari did not. A bachelor, he was staying there in the room, etc., rented room. So in olden days, of course, there was no this gas stove, etc. He had no gas stove. He had to light the chula of charcoal. But he had no matchstick on a particular day, etc. No kerosene was there. Therefore, he went to the neighboring lady. Can you give me burning charcoal? Can you give me cinder? Yes, obliged. But he said, have you brought any pot, etc.? No. I have got Times of India with me. So Sunday edition with all supplements also. Thick one. Okay? So I will take it with all sympathy she gave. And he folded and took. What happened? burning charcoal, okay? He received. By the time he could go enter his thing, the receptacle is defective and not capable of not capable of what? Retaining or receiving? Retaining, already received, but it can't retain. So like that, maybe a teacher might have given it and it might have been received. Might have been, okay? Might have been received. But receptacle is defective. Therefore what? It is not retained. What? So therefore no. All these vignas means that means afterwards antakarana shuddhata means no. Such distractions or these obstructions are not there. Everything free from all these, that means defect of lack of antakarana shuddhi, lack of chitta naishara, etc. All these are overcome, free from all the obstructions that means that can fall in the path of taking to this nididhyasana. So that is what is also called as vigata kalmashaha, free from papa, free from all the obstructions. So that is what yogantaraya varjitaha. This yogi kada, always, atmanam, atmanam, the atma, evam, as told earlier. So what he should do? Yunjan. Yunjan means taking to the appreciation of that. Anusandadhanaha, the Tikakara said. Anusandadhana means making the mind composed or absorbed in this knowledge. Anusandadhana means making the mind composed or absorbed in the Atma Jnana. What was seen in the first chapter as Dheyaika Gocharatvam. Only preoccupation to the mind is Dheya. And Dheya, the appreciation of Atma Jnana, which already he has got. So that being the case, so Dheyaika Gocharatvam, without, of course, Dhyata Dhyana, by practice, by continuous practice, Abhyasa. So that Yunjan, taking to this, means taking this absorption in the appreciation of Atma Jnana. That yogi, such a yogi, so he ashnuti, prapnoti, gains, gets the aparoksha anubhava of what? Of this sukham. What sukha it is? Brahma samsparsham atyantam sukham. Atyantam sukham. Atyantam sukham is niratishayam sukham, limitless sukham. Not the joy that comes on account of sense objects, which comes and goes, depends on many factors. No. It is the sarupa bhuta sukha. So therefore he says, atyantam sukham means niratishayam, unsurpassing, limitless sukha. So from where did he get it? Brahma samsparsham. Brahma samsparsham means brahmana parena samsparshaha yasya sukhasya. Tat brahma samsparsha. That sukha, which has got samsparsha, we'll see what is samsparsha. That sukha, samsparsha means literally means contact, touch. So that is in touch with, or that is in contact with, literally. Okay, we'll see what is that. So that sukha, which has the samsparsha with para brahma, parena brahma, not saguna brahma, that is parena brahma, brahmana. So what is the samsparsha here? Any touch with this? Any literally it's in touch with this person? Touched what? Brahma. And then what happened? Oh, atyantam sukham he got. Is it? So here samsparsha means tadatmyam. It is ekarasyam. Oneness. Identity. Why identity? Because he is nothing but Brahma. Maybe due to ignorance he didn't know hitherto. But now he has discovered. So therefore that tadatmya or ekarasyam, identity, oneness with Brahma is called as Brahma samsparsham. That Brahma samsparsham, atyantam sukham means it is, that sukham is what? Brahma swarupa bhutam. The Brahmanda comes. Okay? Context is, he is quoting these stanzas to substance is, what is Brahmanda in such and such state. Therefore, Brahma swarupa bhutam means, which is verily the Ananda, which is the swarupa of Brahma. So therefore, Brahma samsparsham sukham sukhena ashnute. Atyantam sukham is atyantam sukham niratishayam, limitless on the swarupa, that is sukhena ashnute, ashnute prapnoti, gains. How? Sukhena. Sukhena here is anayasena, effortlessly. Not happily means what? Without much fear, because already he has taken to this practice as such. All obstructions are overcome as such. It is now spontaneous for him. Just natural for him, which is own nature, just natural for him. Hitherto, that's what I told. He had to put forth the effort. Yogaha, yoktavyaha, how? Anirvinna, chetasa. That's fine. But now it is just natural for him. That is effortless. Effortless for him. That is what he said. Yes. Sukhena, Sukhena is anayasena. Anayasena ashmati ji. Okay. Therefore, so where there is no Dvaita Bhana, which is not sleep, and where there is Sukha, that is the Brahmananda, that is which he has explained with the help of Lord Krishna's statement also. Now, Anirvinna Chetasa was told, with a mind not given to despair and disgust, without indifference, one should take to this yoga. For that, an illustration is given. Because it is generally, one will tend to get despaired because of obstruction. So one should not get discouraged and despaired like that, for which an illustration is given, means the yoga, when taken to without despair and disgust for sufficiently long period of time as it is required, so will certainly yield the result. So therefore, there is no room for any despair, for which an illustration is given. So to know this illustration, we should know a particular story. It is called as Tittibha Upakhyana. Some of you may be knowing that Tittibha Upakhyana is a story from Puranas. Tittibha is a kind of bird. A tiny bird which generally lays the eggs on the seashore, on the beach. A tiny bird. Tittibha. Or Tittibha also is called. This Tittibha is there. In Purana somewhere there is a story like this. A Tittibha bird had laid the eggs on the beach. It had gone in hunt of its food. When it returned, it found that the eggs are missing. What had happened was, in the high tide, the eggs had got washed away. So it could know how it has happened. So this Tittibha was so angry, and who was responsible for that? The ocean. So it was so much angry, no, tiny bird, okay? Other party is the ocean. So this was so angry with the ocean, he said, I will teach this ocean a lesson now. So, and what did it do? It resolved to dry up the ocean. Who? Not Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni, they say, in 360, just you over the entire ocean. That's okay. That is not. This tiny bird, it resolved to dry up the entire ocean. And not just resolved, it started enacting also, executing its resolve. What it did was, it took a blade of kusha grass. Kusha grass, first of all a tiny bird, then in the beak a kusha grass, and it went to the ocean, dipped that kusha grass there, and lifted with how much water is there. There is a one drop of water at the tip of the kusha grass. Came back on the land, and then what? Dropped that drop of water, again went to the ocean, and industriously it was after this. What for? I will dry up this ocean. He has swallowed my eggs. Fortunately for that bird, at that time, our sage Narada was passing by. So Narada was passing by. He saw it. What is this happening? He descended down. He is moving always aerially. No aircraft or nothing. No Boeing, no Concorde or nothing like that. He is not here directly. He is okay. He saw it and he came down. He asked, what are you doing? He said, this is what has happened. I will teach a lesson to you. He tried to dissuade that bird. What are you thinking? However you can think of drying the ocean. Are you mad or what? The bird is not ready to listen, nor it is going to waste time in discussion with Narada. That much time is wasted. So the resolve was so firm. And he started. Narada was amused by this. At the same time, he appreciated the firm resolve of this tiny guy. He thought, poor guy, let me help. So of course, he didn't help directly. He went to Garuda. Garuda, Vishnu's Vahana, the vehicle, Garuda, and he's mighty and mighty. He said, look, one of your descendant is in problem. Why don't you do something? Either use your influence with Bhagavan because you have got close contact, not that Narada has no access as such. So, or you have got might, why don't you do something? That person has some, why don't you look into it? So, why don't you do something? So, Garuda descended the king and told to the ocean. Ocean means presiding deity, okay? Don't ask how can he tell to ocean, etc. So, the Adhishtan Devata of ocean is either restore the eggs or be ready for consequences. The challenge is with who? Not with the Titiba now, with the Garuda. Return the eggs or be ready. I will take care of you. Sagara Devata what? He got frightened. Who will face Garuda? He said, no. See, what can I do? It is my natural thing. With the high tide, it got washed away. Okay, that is fine. So he picked up from the ocean and restored the eggs. Now, what is told is, just an impossible task. Can it ever imagine to dry up the ocean? But the firm resolve, how it got rewarded. Maybe but with the help of someone, like that, how without despair and disgust. So industriously, it was after that is the particular thing. So, like that, one should have the firm resolve without despair, disgust. One should be committed to this pursuit. The result is guaranteed. So one should not get despair. That is what is there. In fact, also in Mandukya Karika also it comes. And it is the same thing. This example is cited there. A little different context. Utseka udadher yadvat kushagrenaika binduna manaso nigrahastadvat bhaveda parikhedatah. कुशाग्रेणैक बिंदुना यद्वत् उदधेः यद्वत् उदधेर् यद्वत् it becomes कुशाग्रेणैक बिंदुना यद्वत् उदधेः उत्सेकः add there परिखेदाभावे भवेद एव परिखेदाभावे भवेद एव परिखेदाभावे भवेद एव. सेकंड लाइन तद्वत् मनसः निग्रहः अपरिखेदतः भवेद. तद्वत् मनसः निग्रहः अपरिखेदतः भवेद. Kushagrenaika binduna, by the drop of water which is at the tip of the blade of kusha grass. So by this kushagrenaika binduna yadvat, just as udadehe utsekaha parikhedabhave bhavedeva. Utsekaha, the drying up. Utseka, the drying up. The drying up of udadehe, of the ocean. The drying up of the ocean. So that is parikhedabhave, in the absence of such despair or disgust or indifference, bhavedeva, certainly takes place, happens if industrious efforts are there. You see, not that the ocean didn't get dried up, but what happened was the purpose was served. The purpose of drying up of the ocean was served. That is, that way it should be taken. Not that Garuda dried up the ocean, etc., to pick up the egg. So certainly it takes place, verily it takes place, parikheda bhave, if that despair or disgust is not there, indifference or the effort is not there. So, tadvat, in the same manner, manasaha nigraha. This manasaha nigraha, the mastery over the mind. Now here mastery over the mind in terms of making the mind resolve in the appreciation of Atma. That way. It is not just mastery, not like Shama only as such. It is not what is meant here. So it is little, it is ahead of that. So mastery of the mind in terms of making it resolved in the or absorbed, making it absorbed in the Atma, appreciation of Atma. So that manasaha nigraha, aparikhedataha, without despair, without dejection, without depression, so that I am not progressing at all. So many obstructions are there. So no, without this, aparikhedata means the cheerful disposition of the mind. It's very important. In taking this, the cheerful disposition of the mind is a must, because otherwise that the lack of that or that despair, etc., depression, dejection, etc., itself will be another great obstruction. Itself means the very purpose will not be served by such a disposition of the mind. So aparikhedataha bhaved, certainly takes place. Based on Chittibhavapagana, it is so. Therefore, one should not give any room for such despair or rejection. That doesn't mean one should not put forth efforts to get rid of the obstruction. That one should take care of. What is that is obstruction itself, that should be gotten off. Okay. In this manner, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna speaks of this Brahmananda. And the question is it only in Bhagavad Gita it is said? No. It is also said so in many Upanishads. A sample quotation from Upanishad is being given, that is from Maitrayaniya Upanishad. So, not only it is told so in Bhagavad Gita, but also, what is that also mean? Brahmananda is the Sukha wherein there is no Dvaita and there is no Sri. It is also we find also in Maitrayaniya Upanishad, which is Yajushakha from Yajurveda. बृहद्रथस्य राजर्षे शाकायन्यो मुनिः सुखम् प्राह मैत्राक्षशाखायां समाध्युक्तिपुरःसरम् मैत्राक्षशाखायां शाकायन्यः मुनिः बृहद्रथस्य राजर्षिः समाध्युक्तिपुरःसरम् बृहद्रथस्य राजर्षिः समाध्युक्तिपुरःसरम् सुखं प्राह in Maitraksha Shakha. Maitraksha Shakha means in Maitrayaniya Upanishad, which is in the Yajush Shakha, in Yajurveda. In that Maitrayaniya Upanishad, Shakayanyaha Munihi, a Muni, a Rishi, a sage by name Shakayanyaha. Shakayanya is the name of the sage, Muni. Shakayanyaha Munihi, he is the teacher. Okay. Who is the student now? Shakayanya Munihi, Brihadrathasya Rajarshihi. Unto Rajarshi. Rajarshi is who? One who is both Raja and the Rishi. Raja cha Asau, Rishishcha Rajarshi. Not royal sage, etc. The one who is both king at the same time Rishi. Means that he was a very knowledgeable person. And also now, through this master, he got the Brahma Jnana also. So therefore he was called Rajarshi. Brahadratasya means unto Rajarshi by name Brahadrata Ratha. Brahadratha, don't say, oh, great chariot, etc. Okay, right. Brihadratha is his name. Unto the king Brihadratha, who was a Rajarshi, unto him this sage by name Shakayanya. What did he do? He Praha, taught, told. What did he tell? Samadhyukti purasaram sukham praha. Sukham praha. Sukham here is Brahma Sukham, not just Sukham. Brahma Sukham means Brahmanandam. Praha means taught, means he taught him how taught Brahmananda means he taught him how to gain Brahmananda. That means. How did he? Like this. Samadhyukti purasaram. So, Samadhyukti purasaram. Ukti means expression or description. Purasaram with the description or the expression or description or elaboration of Samadhi. Means along with Samadhi, he taught him how to gain Brahmananda. Who? Shakayanya Muni, to Brihadratha Rajarshi. And this is found, this teaching is found where? In the Maitrayaniya Upanishad. Just question. How did he teach him? Kena prakarena uktavan or kena prakarena praha? Like this. So the actual mantras from the Upanishad are quoted, not Shabdasha, not Arthashaha, not the meaning. Literal mantras from the, that means the Upanishad are given. Stanza 111 to 180. These 8 stanzas are literally from Maitrayaniya Upanishad. Actually, more or less they are in order. At the end, 1 or 2 are skipped and 1 or 2 little order is reversed. But they are literally from Maitrayaniya Upanishad. Now, this is what was taught by Shakayanya Muni to Brihadratha in this Maitrayaniya Upanishad. What did he teach? Yatha nirindhano vanhis svayona upashramyati. Tatha vrittikshaya chittam svayona upashamyati. Nirindhanaha vannihi yatha svayonau upashamyati. Svayonau upashamyati. I hope. What is in your book? Svayona upashamyati. What did I tell? Svayona, I think misprint is there. Huh? That's what you know. That I have broken the sandhi and told you. Okay, or am I to tell you? Svayonau upashamyati. Tatha chittam vrittikshayat. Svayonau upashamyati. Tatha chittam vrittikshayat. Svayonau upashamyati. Nirindhanaha vannihi. The fire which is nirindhana, the one which has no fuel means dagdha kashtaha. Not fuel. Fuel was there and fuel is now totally burnt. No fuel is remaining any further. That is what is nirindhanaha means dagdha kashtaha vannihi. The fire wherein the entire fuel is burnt up. What happens to that? That vanni svayonau means yoni. Yoni means karana. It means cause. Upashamyati, it gets merged, it gets resolved. What is the cause of fire? The sukshma element. That is what is called sukshma tejasi. It means panchikrita fire goes back in its original, that is the apanchikrita fire. So that means it is there, means dormant form, as a fire principle. It is there. So, that is swakarane tejo matre. In just tejo matra means which is not with flames, etc. Now, actual manifestation of fire in terms of flames, etc. is not there. It is there in the sukshma tejasi. The sukshma form in the subtle form, in its path, it abides. Upashamati, it abides, it merges, same in the same manner, tatha. Chittam, this chitta, this antakarana, the mind, the antakarana, vritti kshayat, on account of destruction of vritti, the thought, on account of elimination or destruction of the thought, vritti kshayat, swayona upashamyati, it merges or resolves in its yoni, the karana. This is the literal meaning of that. So, it merges in its own karana. Now the question is, what is this vritti kshaya? And what is the karana of this chitta yoni? Vritti kshaya is speak from the standpoint of Ashtanga Yoga. What is vritti kshaya? Let us see what Ashtanga Yoga has to say. According to them, what does it mean? In their own, as per their technique, what does it mean? Let us see. So, vritti kshaya, Tikakara gives as vritti kshayat. He says, nirodha samadhyabhyasena. What is say as destruction or elimination of thoughts, that is what he says as nirodha samadhyabhyasena. What is this nirodha samadhi? Nirodha eva samadhi. Avadharana purvapada karmadharaya. Samasa. The compound is nirodha eva samadhi. Means that which is nirodha itself is samadhi. You see, according to Patanjali, Patanjali means Ashtanga Yoga, what exactly is nirodha and what exactly is samadhi according to them. But that is vritti kshaya means nothing short of nirodha samadhi and abhyasa. Abhyasa is repeated practice of it. So the question comes, what is nirodha and what is samadhi according to Ashtanga Yoga? See, yuj, in the fourth conjugation, yujyate, vivadigana. One of the meaning is also samadhau. Yuj, yojane may be there, other meanings also are there. One of the meaning of yuj is samadhau. Therefore, yoga means samadhi. This is all prakriya of Ashtanga Yoga. Okay? This is there. Let us just see what they have to say. Yoga, therefore, in their terminology, yoga means samadhi. Okay? Actually, this Ashtanga Yoga is not the product of Patanjala. This Shastra is Ashtanga Yoga is called also as Hiranyagarbha Shastra. That is what it is. Hiranyagarbha Shastra means it is attributed to whom? Hiranyagarbha, Brahmaji. But Patanjali, he composed the sutra, and thereafter it was popular as Patanjala Yoga. But actually it is not Jesus, it was there. But sutras were composed by him. So, like the Brahma Sutras attributed to Vyasas, but the content is not from Vyasa's pocket. It is there as such, but of course he took pain to compose in terms of the sutra. But that knowledge was there. From where did that knowledge come? Ishvara, from Ishvara. So this technique actually is attributed to Hiranyagarbha. So afterwards it was popular as the Patanjala Yoga, but it is Ashtanga Yoga. That is important. Ashtanga Yoga it gives a right the idea about what the yoga is. Okay. Now, yoga means samadhi. What is samadhi? According to them, samadhi chittasya dharmaha. It is chittasya dharmaha. It is a state of mind. See, that is where it comes. Therefore, samadhi by itself, that is what we say. Samadhi by itself cannot be moksha because it is a state of mind, means mind is there or not. Yes, a particular state of mind is there. Mind is there means ignorance is there or not. Yes, ignorance is there. But it is a state of mind. Chittasya dharma. Okay. Now, what is yoga? Yoga samadhi? You know, if not anything, this much you certainly know. Yogastu chitta vritti nirodha is what the sutra, second sutra of Patanjala Darshan. Yogastu chitta vritti nirodha. What is yoga? Already meaning given. Samadhi. Yoga means samadhi is nirodha, keep the word as it is, of chitta. Chitta vritti. It is the nirodha. Let us keep the word nirodha as it is. We will see what they say. So, it is the nirodha of chitta vritti. The question is, how many types of chitta vrittis are there? Varieties of chitta vrittis. According to them, the chitta has got 5 stages. Called Panchabhumi. Panchabhumi. The 5 states or 5 stages, that means stages they speak of. Chittam Panchabhumipetam. The chitta, Antakarana, is endowed with 5 bhumis, means stages. Panchabhumipetam. Panchabhumis are there, 5 bhumis and stages are there. What are those? They are Kshiptam, Moodham, Vikshiptam, Ekagram, Niruddham. Kshiptam, Moodham, Vikshiptam, Ekagram, also called as Ekatanam. And fifth is Niruddham. What is Kshiptam? That state of mind wherein Rajoguna is predominant and the mind Antakarana runs after the Vishaya, sense objects. That state of mind is called as Kshiptam Chittam. Predominantly Rajasic in nature, runs straight to all the Vishaya. Moodham Chittam is, which is Nidralasyadi Vrittimat. Overpowered by Nidra, Alasya, laziness, stupor. That chitta is called as, that state of mind is called as Moodham. Vikshiptam is mixed with Rajas and Tamas. Sattva also is there. That is Ishad Rajas Tamas Samsprushtena Sattvena. That which has Sattva Guna mixed with, to some extent, though not much, to some extent, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, means it is distinct from Kshiptam, because Kshiptam is totally Rajasic, but here it is, that means it is Sattvic, but mixed with the Rajas and Tamas. Therefore, at times it takes to Dhyana, and at times what does it do? It runs after Vishya. A transitory state from Vikshiptam and Moodha further to the state of Samadhi. Means it takes to Dhyana at times, other times it gets distracted by the Vishya, etc., runs after the Vishya. That is what is called as Vikshiptam. Means it is like distinct and different from Kshiptam. Ekagram or Ekatanam Chittam. This is what is Vidhuta Rajastamo Malena Shuddha Sattvena Ekagram. The Rajas and Tamas to a great degree are eliminated, and it is more or less sattvic in disposition. That means sattvic in disposition, what comes there? Automatically what comes? Composure of the mind, slowly the absorption of the mind comes there. So, that is Vidhuta Rajastamo Malena Shuddha Sattvena Ekagram Chittam Bhavati. The chitta becomes ekagra, or what is called as ekatanam chitta. Now the fifth stage is niruddham. Niruddham means one, that's chitta which has accomplished the nirodha. What is niruddha? Nirodha is bahirmukhata vichchedat antarmukhataya, or what is called as pratyaktaya svakarane layaha. Swakarane Layaha. The laya, the absorption of the chitta in its own cause. How? Bahirmukhata vicheda. Bahirmukhatayaha vicheda. By destruction or elimination of extrovertedness, antarmukhataya or pratyaktaya, by introvertedness, the merger or absorption of the chitta in its karana. Keep the karana as it is. Swakarane layaha, absorption. That is what is called nirodha. Therefore, niruddham chittam means like this. Vidhuta rajas tamom, no, not that. Prashanta sakala vrittikam. Prashanta sakala vrittikam samskara shesham. The chitta wherein all the vrittis are prashanta. They are totally subdued. They are totally subdued. But samskara shesham. The samskaras, the impressions, which are the causes of these vrittis, are still there in a dormant form. What for? To throw that fellow out of that state. Temporarily, he has got a state wherein all these vrittis are resolved. See? That niruddham chittam, that is what is samadhi. That is the state of samadhi. Therefore, keep in mind, samadhi chittasya dharma. Then again, samskara shesham is there. The cause of that is still there. And the question is, how can this nirodha, which is yogastu, yoga means samadhi. What is it? Chitta vritti nirodha. Now, how this nirodha can be gained, acquired, accomplished? The next sutra says, abhyasa vairagabhyam, abhyasa vairagyabhyam tannirodha. Tannirodha means chitta vritti nirodha, which is equal to yoga, or which is equal to yoga means which is equal to samadhi. That is gained by abhyasa and vairagya. Vairagya, abhyasa vairagyabhyam tannirodha. That nirodha is accomplished by vairagya and abhyasa. So, this is what is yoga. What is yoga? Samadhi, which is a state of mind. Now he says, now let us come to this is what the Patanjali Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga has to say. The question comes here that Swakarane Layaha, in Nirodha we have seen, here he has, in the mantra also he says, Chittam Svayonau Upashamyati. Yoni is Karana. The question is, what is this Karana? Wherein the mind gets resolved. Mind is more. As per Ashtanga Yoga, that Karana happens to be Sattva Matri. That means the state of the Chitta, which is predominantly Sattva. But in this mantra, we can't take it. Because what the Shakayanya Rishi has meant is not Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi. He has gone a step ahead and he has gone to the very cause of further Chitta. Sattva. What is the cause of Sattva? Prakriti, Maya. See, Sattva, Tamo Gunatmika, Maya asti, Prakriti asti. Trigunatmika, Prakriti or Maya. But where is it? Brahmashraya. It is Brahmashraya. Therefore, what he means by Svayonam is not just in the sattvic disposition in terms of the samadhi, wherein all the vrittis are eliminated or destroyed, just mere not vrittik. It's further cause in Brahma. How do you say so? Maybe you are allergic to Ashtanga Yoga, therefore you got Svayonam. And slowly what you brought there? What? You Brahma brought. And me ask. No. There is enough clue to that effect that what the Shakayanya Muni means, not just the absorbed state of the mind, the Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi, a step ahead. Of course, Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi is there because earlier, Atmana, Atmani Eva, Pashya Atmana, Atmanam Pashyan, Atmani Tushyati. Where was that? Atmana, Atmanam Pashyan, Atmani Tushyati. Where was it? Gita stanza which was quoted earlier. Then what was the meaning of Atmana? As Bhashyakara says, what type of antakarna? Bhashya, Shuddha antakarna. Kena Shuddha antakarna? Kena Shuddhikritam antakarnam? Bhashyakara this is. Samadhi Parishuddhena antakarnena. Means Samadhina Parishuddhena antakarnena. Where even Bhashyakara also has given this Ashtanga Yoga Samadhi as the means of Antakarna. This means that absorbed state of the mind, which is what? Atmani, Atmanam Pashyan. With such a mind appreciating the Atma, Atmani Tushyati. So, as the means it has been used, not as the end, which the Patanjala Yoga Sutras may be taken to be that way, because it is not clear. In the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, what exactly is meant is not clear. There is room for arriving at this also. There is equally, that means if you take at face value, straight away it amounts to say as that what? Andha Samadhi is what? Moksha, which is not so. Not so. Here, so how do you say, no, it is not, what is meant is Andha Samadhi only, and that is it, the final thing for Yoni, and not this? No, because the next stanza gives the clue. Two evidences are in the next stanza. That what is here given is not the Andha Samadhi, but it is Brahma Swarupa, that is Yoni, because the word Satyakami and Anritaha, these two words give the clue that what is spoken here is Brahma Jnana only, nothing short of it. Of course, the Samadhi state means that state of mind, absorbed state of mind, accomplished as the Ashtanga Yoga, the means is certainly spoken that. That's why Vrittikshaya word will not be there. Vrittikshaya, when he has taken Vrittikshaya, it amounts to say that Virodha Samadhi practice is there. So, what do you mean by Samadhi? Not Samadhi. Satyakami. Satyakami means one who has got Jidnyasa to know what is a Satya. What is Satya? Brahma. Not only that, after gaining this state, he says his experiences become Anritaha. Anritaha means Mithyaha. When his experience of such a person, yogi will be Mithya, experience will be Mithya. Mithyatva is possible provided Satyatva is appreciated. Satyatva of Atma, Brahma is appreciated. Therefore, his experiences become Mithya. That shows that Brahma Jnana is verily there, and therefore we have to take Swayo now here is not just the Samadhi and absorbed state as per Ashtanga Yoga, a step ahead of Brahma Jnana, Karana of even the Chitta, which is Atma, the Brahma. That is what is aimed there. Swayo now upasamyati. Okay, means his mind gets absorbed in the appreciation of Brahma. It gets absorbed in the appreciation of Brahma. Of course, he has made use of the technique of Ashtanga Yoga by Vrittikshaya. Then what? When he accomplishes, this is what happens. Swayo na upashantasya manasas satyakaminaha. Indriyartha vimudhasya nrutah karma vashanugaha. Satyakaminaha svayonau upashantasya indriyartha vimudhasya manasaha karma vashanugaha anritaha add syuh. सत्यकामिनः स्वयोनौ उपशान्तस्य विमूढस्य मनसः कर्मवशानुगाः अनृताः स्युः.